With this neither human nor flower look, I scared the kid, and you as well, didn't I? Like you, I also have a power different from others. I'm a descendant of a human and a flower demon, born with two bloodlines. I have two kinds of spirit in me. Half humans were considered freaks among both humans and demons. I chose to practice only life power so that I could look the same as everyone else. Yes, but I didn't expect that the boy was so badly injured. Life power alone was no longer enough to save him. I had to use all my power, including the demon power. So, I couldn't conceal myself anymore. Yes, and I don't regret making that decision. It's just, with this look, I still scare people. Life power is pure and beautiful, but not powerful enough. While demon power is powerful enough, but intimidating. What exactly is the truth of spirit then? So, that's how you think. Spirit follows the wheel, and the refining of it is also the exploration of one's inner self, isn't it? This is the real me, being the descendant of a flower demon and a human. I was born and meant to be this way. I used to think that my flowers should look just the same as those in the world. Now, I finally understand. The flowers I produced should have never been constrained by the outside. The truth of spirit is not only about purity, but more about inclusiveness. Well, I was bound by my obsession. Lord Longhuai did tell me this as well.
So what if someone is a demi-human? Every living thing in this world is precious. Look at the water lilies in the pond, the fish leaping in water, the eagles soaring in the sky. The most important thing is to follow your heart and see where it brings you.
It's one's will that matters. Yes, I'm neither a human nor a flower demon. Is that important? Spirit follows the wheel. Is it to be liked by everyone all I want? No. What I want is true happiness for everyone. It's the power every tiny seed has to break through the wasteland. It's the bold echoes every silent being can make in a desolate place. The mobile heals all things. That's my will. That's what my spirit should be after.
You saw the kid. Was she smiling? Is she... People mostly see half-humans as ill omens. And she also did suffer a lot of pain and discrimination for her bloodlines, and was not able to see the truth. I told her before, all spirits in the world have their own ways and their own due destinations. There's actually no substantial difference between humans and demons, and the individual differences are not about origins, but about will. See through your real self, accept it, and follow your inner will. This is the ultimate goal in cultivation.
Concentration enlightenment level. You're getting steadier day by day, which just fits the essence of this stage. It is a sword and also a knife. It's a Blade Master token made in the shape of swords in the sword mound. It is named Forsaken Heart. If speaking of the sect with the most martial art enthusiasts in Cloud Song, it must be the Blade Masters. They can duel with the martial wills and practice the way of the martial arts through years of meditation and actual combat. The way of the Blade Master contains the truth of the concentration enlightenment level. Bring Forsaken Heart, and you're ready to go. Considering the time of our last meeting, you should be about to reach the concentration enlightenment level now.
Do remember some people and some things very well. Cultivator, you may go east for the answers you need.
Next, it's you? Blade Master He Jishan. Invincible swords intent is my pursuit. You asked about concentration. So based on what you know, how does one enter the concentration enlightenment level? Well, what's the limit of your way of martial arts then? My ultimate way of martial arts is the conviction to win and the pursuit of invincibility. For this, I defeated all of the swordsmen on Earth and topped the world of sword art. However, there are still gods above humans. Being invincible only in the human world is not true invincibility. The ultimate invincibility is the one that breaks not only the limit as a mortal, but also the boundary between humans and gods. You're seeking the limit of the way of martial arts. Then if you encounter an insurmountable mountain on your way, what will you do, little boy? I used to think I had reached the peak of martial arts, and it would be difficult to advance any further. Until I saw Pribadi fighting at the Tiandu Judgment. Every slash and every instant an enemy would fall. That was real perfection. Mortal's martial art level is by no means comparable to that of gods. And my concentration enlightenment is just nothing in front of a real god. Since then, I have been a follower of Pribadi. I wanted to find her sword intent and get closer to the enlightenment of God. Finally, in the sword's intent of the thousands of swords in the sword mound, I found her. I suffered a crushing defeat. Her sword intent was flawless. I once thought my sword's intent had long reached its peak, but she didn't even need to show her true self. A simple doppelganger of her was enough to break my way of martial arts completely. I attacked as fast as the wind, and she remained as slow and calm as the forest. I attacked fiercely enough to down the moon, and she just stood as firm as a mountain. Finally, when I switched to defense, she became as aggressive as a raging fire. In front of a god, no matter how hard I tried, I could only get endlessly defeated. Is the gap between mortals and gods really insurmountable? If a mortal wants to reach the peak of the way of martial arts and seek the path to transcend gods, what should they do? So that's your way of martial arts. Then I'll tell you about my sword's intent. This is Pribidi's sword, Forsaken Heart. Yes, that's the only time I faced her true self. The moment our blades met, I finally understood her way of the sword. Detached from the worldliness, free on the way of the martial arts. Pribidi's sword intent was invincible, not because she pursued invincibility, but because she never thought about winning or losing. Ha 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 ha! I see. Martial art turns out to be that simple. With a clear mind, the way of martial arts will be the most perfect. No matter how Pribadi or warriors in the world are doing, I'll only pursue my own way of the sword. I should leave behind my worldly mind, clear the distracting thoughts, transcend the mortal world, and refine myself between heaven and earth. Seek the sword of transcendence, and cultivate the self of infinity. My sword is my mind.
Did you have a nice chat with the Blade Master? Exactly. His way of the sword is changing from Patty's limit to his own limit. And this is also a testament to his way. Cultivation is not about success or failure, but about the pursuit of the ultimate self. Dispelling obsessions and getting rid of earthliness. If you can understand the profound meaning of the non-self, you have already crossed the concentration's threshold.
ちは、こんばんは。いつ見てるか